Hey, beautiful souls. So, today I want to talk about spiritual awakening and how it can affect your relationships, whether they're romantic relationships, friendships, family dynamics. It can even affect the way we relate to the world around us. Because when you go through what we might call a spiritual awakening or awareness, something fundamental begins to shift within you. Your awareness expands, your values evolve, and your internal frequency starts to change. And here's something really important to understand: that frequency doesn't stay contained within you. In fact, it emanates outwards, it ripples into your environment, touching your relationships, your conversations, your energy exchanges with family, friends, partners, everybody. So, as your frequency changes, not everyone will be in alignment with it. And that's not a judgment. Not everyone is, better or worse. It's just simply resonance. Some people will naturally be drawn closer to you, magnetized by your vibration. Others may begin to feel distant, uncomfortable, or out of sync, a bit like oil and water. And this is often where relationships can feel challenged. You might notice that certain dynamics no longer feel nourishing. You might feel a little bit misunderstood, taken for granted. You might even feel frustrated and angry, especially if you're growing and healing and becoming more conscious, while, the relationship itself might feel like it's stuck in old patterns. And here's where discernment is the key, because it can be tempting to jump straight to the conclusion of, oh, we're not working anymore, we're not in the same frequency anymore, I've outgrown this person, this relationship. But before making that decision, it's important to pause and to communicate. So if you're feeling anger, resentment, or hurt, especially in a romantic relationship, then that in itself is information. Remember, the emotions you're feeling are information. That's your inner guidance, asking to be acknowledged, not suppressed, not avoided. The most loving and empowering thing you can do is to communicate openly and honestly. Have the conversation. Express how you're feeling. Share what's changing within you. Speak your truth, but without blame. Because sometimes what looks misaligned might actually just be a lack of communication. We're all on our own journey. We all awaken, heal, grow at different times and in different ways. So just because someone isn't where you are right now doesn't mean they won't meet you there, or at least be willing to understand you if given the chance. Growth doesn't always happen at the same pace, and that's okay. So before deciding that someone isn't in alignment with you anymore or your frequency anymore, explore other options first. Ask yourself, have I clearly expressed my needs? Have I allowed space for understanding, space for growth? Have we tried to meet each other with compassion and honesty? And sometimes after you've communicated, after you've tried, after you've shown up fully and authentically, you still may feel deep down in your body, in your heart, that the relationship no longer aligns with who you're becoming. And if that's the case, that clarity comes from wisdom and not avoidance. And that's a big difference. It comes from your inner wisdom and not avoidance. And when a relationship ends from a place of awareness rather than reaction, it creates space, not just loss, but space for new connections, new people, new experiences that truly do resonate with your evolved vibration. So spiritual awakening doesn't mean cutting people off the moment things feel uncomfortable. Often it's the discomfort that invites the deepest growth, the deepest awareness for you and those around you. So I'd say to you today just to honour your frequency. Absolutely, but honour communication, honour patience, honour compassion as well. Because ultimately, awakening isn't about separation. It's about deeper alignment, isn't it? It's about starting with honesty.